If Marvel put out an actual good movie, I'm not talking even Infinity War, I'm talking about Iron Man 1 levels of quality movie making. Not even that. An actual great movie that just happens to be about Marvel superheroes. Would you give a crap? The answer to for me is no these days. I mean, if word of mouth came out that it's like, wow, this is actually a modern classic. It just so happens to star a superhero. Ow, ow, ow. It just so happens to star a superhero. I probably would end up watching it, but I am at a point where I have zero hype. I was at that point with Endgame. Ooh. Endgame, I watched it out of obligation at that point. It was like, look, it's the conclusion. You kind of have to watch it. It was kind of ass. I absolutely despise time travel stories when the entire premise is not time travel. Pretty sure I've gone about this at length in the past. So it was really not my cup of tea one way or another. But when it started, like I was pretty much a kid when the first X-Men came out. And that was some hype shit. I was exactly at the age where it's like, holy crap, they're making superhero movies now. Damn! And enjoyed my way through first Iron Man to maybe, I don't know, man. I really don't even remember the sequence of movies that happened in the entire timeline. I think we can get never mind. I was about to say we can get away with freezing this son of a bitch and leaving before he even realizes what happened. Stupid ass garbage mole ruined my plan. What a piece of trash. But anyway, that entire start to the video conversation is because I was curious about the comics. What about your opinion? Ow. How disconnected are you by now from the entire superhero? Do you have the real superhero fatigue? Or is it just that, you know, the movies have been complete ass in the past 5 to 10 years? And they have basically taught you to not expect anything even remotely decent. I think even if they turn around and they became good movies again, I still would not give a crap about it. There you go. Beautiful. I think I respect the machete more than I want the freeze ray. The freezer is a absolute piece of garbage scum, and I absolutely despise it. You know what's better though than all that? The shotgun. Oh, glorious. Let me make it to the exit. Apparently I pissed off the shopkeeper. Oh, that's right. I could not get away with the freeze. Hello, Callie. Did not realize that you were here. My apologies of neglecting your worship. I deserve a proper flagellation for my neglectful behavior toward your absolute beauty. Should there. Your deadly crooning that you've been doing in the background. What happened to Mr. Shopkeeper? He vanished from existence. I should probably do something like this. Open myself a shortcut so that more life forms can be properly sacrificed. I believe that we have shopkeeper soup down here. Oh yeah, properly tenderized. Excellent. Shopkeeper flesh. Just one more. We have the full shebang, and then we'll be exactly at the time when the ghost will come to harass me, put hard objects up my anus. And grab that. This pleases me greatly. Perfectly timed. We got one of those Spelunky 2.5 perfect seeds. I am even forgiven from all my horrible sins. Everything's looking up. We even get Antonio Banderas to thoroughly murder I have zero guilt associated with the events that just transpired. Not really caring about cooking those turkeys. Let's go over to the other side. Tell me your journey. If you are like me, a member of the former audience. Like I was actively super hyped about superhero movies. Can you reach me from there? Yeah, you kind of do. At the X-Men level, all the way through maybe Iron Man 2, I was like, ew, this is kind of ass. You know, I was not impressed at all. That's when things started showing their cracks, but I was totally into the entire thing. What the freaking hell was that? What the... What? What'd you do, TommTamm? The hell was that weird-ass visual effect? What is that supposed to tell me? I'm so confused. Is there a reason why I'm doing this instead of using my key? Oh no, brother. What? This just sent me for a loop. I'm questioning my own consciousness right now. Am I inside the simulation? Truly a bizarre event. Please someone explain the visit from the outer space demons that just came to pass. Hello, Gloop. We're not gonna annoy you because you will carry some items now that I am in the market for an item carrier. Something I will not do though is go into the frickin' stupid ass jungle that seems to constantly crash. I am considering definitely not going there, for the way is fully blocked. A volcano, just go good old swamp. Good old swamp. We have a Kapala. We have so much good stuff. I look forward to getting annihilated by a bear trap that I did not. We are now extremely pressed for time. Let's see if we can quickly find the exit. Stop talking about nonsense. How about you? Did you at least find endgame the absolute ass that I did? I mean, it was not absolute ass. It was just like kind of, you know. It's like, of course they did time travel. Of course they did. There was no other choice. The thing is, you know, the entire universe where it's set, it is prone to time travel stories. You got all the idiotic garbage. I mean, not so much as DC and stupid ass garbage Flash stories with the time traveling. Oh, but Marvel will do it as well. It's like an inevitable thing. Whenever you get a sci-fi slash fantasy series that goes for long enough, time travel is simply inevitable. Or are you not moving? There you go. From Marvel stories to Harry Potter. I guess the Wheel of Time didn't do it. And that went on for 14 books. Bruh, it's so much of it that I don't even remember. Was there a little bit of time travel in there? Maybe some light time travel? Some very niche kind of superpower that allows somebody to go into a different dimension or something? I'm not sure. But maybe time dilation of some kind. It's been so long, and it is such a long series that I really do not recall where it was possible or not. But I don't think so, right? It was just bending space with the portals, which I've always thought it was like, they were introduced as like, oh wow, you're introducing this level of overpowered magic where people just instantly travel anywhere they please. If there's something that is so well done in the Wheel of Time, it's power scaling, at least, you know, to my pedestrian brain. I was like, power scaling is handled so well. You get these magicians that are so incredibly overpowered, and yet The threats keep escalating. The powers are used in really cool, interesting ways. You have never done epic fantasy. I would not recommend it as your first foray into epic fantasy. It's, you know, a long commitment. I would say it's intermediate between not between, but if I would say the beginner's thing is with the Belgariad. It's like that's something you can cut your teeth with and be somewhat satisfied. I finished the Belgariad and I was like, that was alright. I don't regret reading it. Was not blown away. Was not disgusted. It was this intermediate is like, it really felt like Wheel of Time light. There is a prophecy, there is a chosen one, there is a really willful and stereotypical whammon. There's some weird stuff going on like that. There is a relationship that will drive you crazy but also make you invested at the same time. Then you graduate to the Wheel of Time, where it's all of those things multiplied by 14. That's the number of box in the box set. Do you shoot? No, you're just facing away. TommTamm, you gotta get on this, brother. Why are your traps facing away? Something is defective here. The architect was drunken. He was drunk that day. Complete failure of trap arrangement. And then once you're done with the Wheel of Time, who is here? What the freaking hell, brother? You deserve just death. Fine, I'll get close, see what you do. Probably die. What is going on here, Tom? What's this? Everything is drunken in this one. It's all drunken nonsense. I wonder if he dies. You know what? Let me go get myself a knock before I get myself killed against this horrible monstrosity. Oh yeah, baby. And then from the Wheel of Time, you graduate and you are now eligible for Malazan, which I have not watched. Oh, you're done? Do I get to go inside your mouth? Okay, it is an entrance. Brother, what have you done? I accept it. It's a fun little time here. I like it. It's just weirded me out. It weirded me out a little bit. I think this is the teleporting area. No, it's freaking garbage gloop. What a piece of trash he is. The surface, huh? Do I dare to go to the surface? Maybe I want to go down that way. We have lots of bombs. I'm going to take the bottom entrance here. I forget exactly what it is. It's like I think it's a bonus level. It's a freaking sin that is blocked by so much crap. I wasn't going to make it there. Malazan is so advanced, even I, the super fantasy nerd. That's right, I completely forget this place exists from one time to the next. Even I, the fantastic fantasy nerd. I'm like, you know, Malazan, that sounds too much even for me. The fame that it has is such that I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Give me some basic bitch nonsense. I am a super big fan of good books. I will enjoy good books, but I consider myself a fairly basic bitch where reading is concerned. Mainstream will satisfy. I would say I am dead center between mainstream and fart sniffing. Like dead center. I would say The Name of the Wind hits my perfect middle ground between this prose is truly delightful and brother, I need 17 more points of view and 40 more plot lines for my interest to be piqued. Otherwise, you are an amateur. I would say actually Dresden Files is probably my sweet spot. A long and complex, super long power creep that focuses a lot on characters and not so much on complicated plots. Although the further you go in the series, the cooler the plots get, because Harry Dresden becomes more of a schemer and a real smart boy, and he kind of gets the upper hand through his superior planning. Get through all this nonsense. We have lots of health. I don't know why I'm not engaging with extreme violence. Am I going the wrong way? I think, holy crap, brother. I should be dead. I think this is the way I came. Alright, alright. The freaking darkness is killing me, brother. What a pain in the butt. But totally worth it to go back with my shotgun. Got ourselves the crown. Oh, no, 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 no. Why you do this, brother? Why you have to do this to me? It's just... Okay, well, we're done. Unfortunately, we're going here. It is the temple. Muffled screams somewhere. I'm not gonna... Why you not bark? That was weird. That was weird. I did not enjoy it. What you got back there? A completely blocked off shop with... Beautiful. I could use my shotgun. I'll just use explosives. There you go. There you go. So I don't know. I don't know if I probably would get into it. However complex it is. If I guess you can go in knowing the Malazan is going to take some effort to get into it. It's supposed to be super worth it. But do I want to do it? I don't know. I don't know. There was a recommendation that I actually was like, oh, absolutely not. I think it's called The Prince of Nothing. And on paper I was like, man, this sounds grim dark. I'm into it. Extremely good prose. I'm into it. I'll definitely go in there and check it out. Prose was great. Definitely as advertised. The plot was decent. It was the characters that I bounced off so hard. It's like the author was specifically trying to make everybody as loathsome as possible. Even, this is something that happened a while ago, so I don't have full recollection, but even it was like a really harrowing abuse victim that, you know, had suffered so much. Even with her extremely sympathetic backstory, she managed to make me hate her because she was also extremely loathsome and annoying to read. Oh, well, there goes my... I do want to go to the City of Gold, though. Or Duat, or whatever the hell you're called. And I'm willing to risk life and limb. Should be here, right? Did it not spawn here? Or am I traveling in foolish circles? There's some gates here. I think it just didn't spawn in this particular level. Could be wrong though. I guess we'll find out. Carry on. What? That may have been a mistake. May have been a mistake. Alright, okay. There are gates, there are entrances, but what I'm interested in... Oh, there it is! I see it, I see it. Come on, purple crab. Get out, get away from me. Into Duat. I think we've been here before. I don't recall, though. And I actually went to the length of writing a review. I don't think I ever posted it, though, for Prince of Nothing, the start of it. My biggest disappointment with Prince of Nothing, that whole novel setting, was like the hype around it was, oh, the magic system is incredible, and it was like all the magic in this book is somebody burns the magic user burns somebody. There's like a dragon breath kind of power. I was like, this is the most basic bitch magic, and there was other like magical powers, but they were just more like superhero powers, not so much actual magic being done. There was so much more talk about magic in the book than there was actual magic. It just kind of weirded me out a little bit. It's like, what are people talking about? I'm confused. I am confusion. Where's the surrogate? We have no surrogate. There's no surrogate. Where's your buddy? You Osiris piece of trash? I guess you are operating on your own. Pathetic. Without your bud, you are nothing to me. Well, that was stupid. What is even the point of coming here? Was there a tablet? Was there anything at all? How foolish, how foolish. What do we got? What do we got? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Angry shopkeepers, don't know why. I have not done anything to earn this. Another instance of this idiot. 12 bombs. This just ain't gonna happen. I know he exists. He's probably chasing me right now. Yep. Let me avoid your anus. Whoopla. Alright, well, he's probably gonna chase me, right? Trying to figure out where the hell do I even want to go. More maniacs. Everything is just nightmarish. I don't want to go to any of these places. Let me go to basic bitch Neo Babylon. I think this is just ice caves. No. Okay. I was forgiven. Somehow I was a good boy. Fully deserved forgiveness for sure. And if we don't know, I don't even know how we got this far with all this conversation. Sure. Why not? 34 points of health? Sign me up, baby. Okay, so we have the Ujjarai. We did have a scepter. And we have a crown. But we don't really have the means other than this jetpack. If this jetpack hadn't spawned, and of course I need to keep it. I need to keep it intact. But if it hadn't spawned, we wouldn't be able to get to the place. Pretty obnoxious. As it stands though, we are going to frickin' hell. But I fully anticipate losing this jetpack in the next 2 levels or so. It is what it usually happens. You. Weirds me out how these weird fetish monsters will pretend to be kitties. They are truly disgusting human beings. They do not deserve my mercy. I hate everything about this. I guess I'll continue bombing my way through. Don't worry about the explosives. That's what they're there for. Okay. Neo Babylon. Really, it doesn't have much going for it, does it? Really don't like this at all. Do not pinball your face into my anus. I hate it so much. It looks so simple. Thankfully the spark stopped this from traumatizing me. Alrighty, sweet deal. Oh yeah, we started talking about Marvel stories, and somehow we kept going until we ended up talking about obscure books that probably not even 10% of you have read. Reading has become more and more of a niche thing. It is quite a sad development, but of course inevitable when there's so much entertainment out there. Woo! There's so much entertainment. Of course reading is no longer something that most people do. Ooh. Tragic indeed, man. I will always advocate, not because I have a vest. Oh, with the Ujjarai, you basically have access to a flying creature. There you are. I will always advocate for reading, even if I didn't have the vested interest of I want you to read the novels I write. I am a little wary of getting this back jetpack destroyed. Do you know that this chest spawns down there now? Did not know that, but I have not seen the red key anywhere lately. I haven't seen the red key in a good 30 to 40 runs. It's possibly the rarest of spawns. Alright, good stuff, good stuff. Let's get all the way to the top. Of course I'm not going to fail. How dare you even suggest that I can fail this test? We should be forgiven, so a pile of shopkeepers should not be a problem, but there is none. All good, all good. How dare you even suggest that I could fail the most simple of ascents? You offend me so. I can be incompetent, but not today. Alright, great stuff. Get me to hell, baby. Somehow getting to hell. Was this the first? No. I had a horrible death at the very start, and that's about it. One horrible death, then everything has been gravy. Once again, man, you just need every single good item in the game, and then you're good to go. I just now realized if I had kept my Ujarai, I will not get dark levels in hell. That is something that TommTamm mentioned. Yeah, hell is dark unless you have an Ujarai. Then and only then will hell be illuminated. Seems extremely out of sorts to me. A complete bullshit maneuver, but who am I to say? Who am I to say? I'm just a hapless victim in this entire narrative. Whoop. Alright, give me more torches lit up. That guy, let's take a moment to observe the squat devil in his natural habitat. Or an absolute psycho, just looking around for victims wherever he goes. Well, I wanted to do violence, please. Please, I beg you, let me do violence. Holy crap, that's right. Now, we don't have any boots to deal with these fellas. What obnoxious. I will always advocate for the awesome hobby of reading. Doesn't have to be fantasy, although that is my preferred genre by far. I have gotten invested in really good crime procedurals and medical procedurals, most of all. What was his name? I forget now. He wrote some. He may be the most famous medical thrillers of all time. Now I need to go to the shelf right now, and so I can remember this man's name. Is super famous. Robin Cook. Robin Cook. Super duper mega successful medical procedural medical thriller. What a nightmare this is. Get through. I read maybe 5, 6, 7 of his books. At some point they kind of start becoming samey. But for as long as you're reading those 4, 5, 6 books, it's actually super good. But by far, fantasy being my absolutely preferred genre. There's something about it, man. Just having a whole different world is not... It can be related to Earth, but having that incredible element of the unknown, the possibility of magic existing and all that stuff. Perhaps my favorite of Earth-related narratives would be Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. Ignore the horrendous things that have come out about this man lately. His prose is still as good. I am a big believer of Death of the Artist. I have no problem enjoying the works of a psychopath if his work was high quality. Look, great artists have had license to be pieces of garbage for time immemorial, okay? Obviously, their crimes, if they are crimes, should be punished, but that's not going to stop me from really enjoying their work. you start looking into the lives of all the people that have created masterful pieces of human history. I'm going to bomb my way up here. It's just such a nightmare, brother. And you end up not being able to consume media because everybody has done something terrible. Yeah. And that will be a catastrophe. I'm not going to deprive myself of these wonderful pieces of culture. No, no, no. Please give me the work of the absolute worst abusers and psychopaths. No moral judgment here. God damn it. Well, what is your good old Uncle Blargo gonna do now? Just wait it out, right? We should be able to wait it out. Already it's fairly reasonable. There you are. Okay. Well, we made it to the exit. Might as well help myself to the crate. There you go. Well, go eat ass. Hell is... I cannot move. What is going on, TommTamm? What is this? What are you flashing on my screen? What kind of crazy addition to the game that you put in there? Is that like a map? Is that telling me that, hey, there's something to be found in this level? Who the hell knows? Oh, baby. You scum. Do not crush me. Piece of garbage. Alright. Good stuff. Maybe I should focus a little bit more instead of telling you about my hobbies. If nothing else, do give it a try. If you have never in your life picked up a book, probably Neverwhere is a great book to start. I wouldn't recommend one of the classic fantasy because by now they're kind of corny and trite. I cut my teeth with Dragonlance. I would not recommend Dragonlance. Period, honestly. It's like, unless you're a teenager, I have tried to reread it, and it's either the English prose is not that great, or I have changed in a very fundamental level, because while I'm still extremely fond of it, Dragonlance is just kind of dull. Just not, you piece of garbage. Just kind of not something that I can get into. Maybe it's just I know what's gonna happen. Maybe if I didn't know what was gonna happen, I would be a lot more invested. But I don't know, man. The prose was kind of a chore to get through. Anyway, but it's like a super well-known classic of fantasy that I was fully obsessed with as a teenager. It was full-on obsession. Raistlin was my favorite character of all time. Tanis, close second. I lived and breathed Dragonlance. It was all that I... Oh, that's right. This creature exists. This is a thing that I need to deal with right now. I would love to have more health to withstand the assault of these heaps of trash. I've been cheated.